Alright, so what is up? This is Pastor Divine, and today we're going to be reacting to a video by Tyson James. This is called As For Me and My House. This is the video? Is this his channel? Yeah, I'm going to subscribe to him. He mentions scripture. So he says, Joshua 24:15, and if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve. I don't like KJ version, just because of yay. Rather the gods which your fathers served, that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the gods. Guess you can actually get free text messages from this. Alright, well, let's get into this. Tyson James, here we go.
All I got is my spouse. Never lonely, homie, I won't die out. As for me and my house, we on the top of the mountain. I'ma hustle, ain't got time for timeouts. As for me and my house, and I ain't got time for my doubts, and I ain't gonna do for thy clout. As for me and my house.
I like this because it kind of reminds me of like the when the Bible talks about like the husband will go and build the house. Will leave his wife to build the house. Kind of reminds me of that. I don't know why.
And I'ma stick to my vows. You ask me why I'm so loud and I shout. This is my turf. Step foot without an invitation, it might hurt. I'm waging war on the devil with metal, I'm a fighter. I see you got me with the sucker punch, but now it's my turn. You can see that I yearn to be closer to God. And people wanna burn you when you close to the top. I got the burning kid and you know
Wait. I want to hear that.
I see you got me with the sucker punch, but now it's my turn. You can see that I yearn to be closer to God. And people wanna burn you when you close to the top.
Alright, I wrote that verse down. That phrase down right there. People want to burn you when you're closer to the top. I was listening to a sermon today by Apologia Studios, and he did a really great job at talking about how he was so close to God, and he was doing such a good job at ministering the gospel, telling people about the Bible. Well, not the Bible, because they only had the Old Testament scripts by then. But it caused so much division, people tried to kill him. I don't know, this right here reminds me of that, of people trying to kill those who are fulfilling the Great Commission, like full on going out there preaching the gospel, and people don't like it. And the gospel is like, we are sinners and we need a savior. People don't want to admit that they're sinners. They don't want to be told that. So we have this huge things that when you tell someone their fault, they won't treat you well. Let's just say that. And it got so bad in the book of Acts that they wanted to kill Paul. So that kind of reminded me of that. That right here reminded me of that. So I like that. I wrote it down. The reason why is because I want to do a video on it. But yeah, people want to burn you when you're closest to the top. And then also, I mean, that applies to everything. There's certain people that will only go to a certain level when it comes to the Bible or Christianity. They'll go to a certain level of comfort, but they won't get out of that comfort in order to do more. So yeah, they don't want to be seen out there. They don't want to be laughed at. They don't want to be spit at. They don't want garbage to be thrown at them. They don't want to be threatened. So they don't go there. So I like that.
I got the burning kid and you know I be toting the Glock. And you ain't gonna earn it either, chosen or not. And that's affirmative, I'm curving the lies. I'm burning for the Christ. And I know devil lurking, he be burning with the pride. And I know you've been hurting, you've been searching for the light. But you just gotta turn and break the curse upon your life like Paul did. I know you like to think we all in. The narrow gate is small and very few walk in. We've all sinned, but I'ma be a slave to what's right. And as for me and my house, we serve God and must fight.
I love that part when he brings up the part, you know, I'm gonna be a slave to what is right. I was telling someone about that. This is a while back when I was trying to mention, you know, it's either you're a slave to the devil and your sin, your flesh, or you're a slave to Christ. And they kind of looked at me like, I don't think that's how it works. And it's just like, yeah, that is how it works. And okay, let's clear this up. You cannot serve two masters, okay? You can either serve Satan or God. That's basically it. And when we talk about, again, it kind of goes back into the whole meaning of slavery back in the Old Testament to when Christ was alive and roaming on the earth. Slavery meant a whole different thing. It didn't mean like what we did in the United States or other countries selling each other for whatever reason, for profit, for money. Slavery was viewed a lot more different. And this is on my website also, by the way, that slavery was, according to scripture, was viewed so different in how to treat people who worked for you, and everything. I mean, to be a slave of Christ, I would rather be than a slave to Satan, flesh, to whatever, I'm addicted to, whatever it is. Because the one that rules over you is love itself, is righteous. He's the one that sits at the right hand of the Father. So, I mean, people looked at me and said, that's kind of weird. Say you're a slave to Christ. Yeah, I'm a slave to the Most High. I don't know. I like that.
And all I got is my spouse. Never lonely, homie, I won't die out. That's for me and my house. We on the top of the mountain. I'ma hustle, ain't got time for timeouts. That's for me and my house.
Ain't got no time for timeouts.
Time for my doubts. And I ain't gon' do for thy clout. That's for me and my house. And I'ma stick to my vows. You ask me why I'm so loud and I shout. That's for me and my house. We gon' raise him in the faith. Take a look at Christ, it's amazing what he gave. I don't wanna be famous, I wanna praise him at the gates. And I don't wanna waste my life chasing all the baits, all the cars and the nice things I could do without. He gave it to me, he could take away without a doubt. Teach my boys to be strong and be calm and stand stout. Cause everybody gon' see him, they're giving him an account. That's a long list of rights and wrongs, he rights our wrongs. Wanna put the righteous on, cause Christ has come. Sometimes we gotta bite the tongue, this life ain't long. It feel like a minute, but we in it so the fight goes on. I promise, it gon' be worth it, just be honest. You where you need to be, the end times are upon us. What does it profit a man? To gain the world to burn, so don't get off of the plan. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You wanna move a mountain, best get off of the couch. You don't wanna be lost in the clouds. Satan's the accuser running off at the mouth. You wanna be the talk of the town. I know you can't see him, but he walking around.
I'm sorry that I'm not pausing it and talking about everything that he's saying, but I'm loving this song. I really am. I'm really, really liking this song. And I like how he says, he's going to raise, basically his kids right. I'm loving the song. And I like how he's building the house up, and he's talking about, basically building himself up. Christ, his house is his foundation. The house is built on a foundation, and he's, Christ is that foundation. So I kind of like that, that's what I think about this whole song. Christ is my foundation. I'm going to raise my kids up on that foundation. I'm going to raise them up. At the same time, he's building a house on a foundation that will stand. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if that's what he thought when he was making the video, or he just wanted to record a video of him building a house. But that is what I thought when I saw that, and I was just thinking about that as the song's playing. I'm like, that's building a house on a strong foundation, and Christ is our foundation. He's building his family up on that foundation. I thought it was cool. I don't know.
Turn away from sin, you'll be rocking the crown. But if you turn away from him, you'll be locked in the ground. That's for me and my house.
What hat is that? Okay, either I'm seeing something completely different, or I'm just going insane.
From him, you'll be locked in the ground.
Okay, so it does say Trump 2020, so he's probably gonna get a lot of flack for this. If I'm correct, Tyson James, I don't know, is Tyson James, am I going insane, or is Tyson James one of the political writers? But at the same time, I don't know. I gotta look into it. But I'm not here for political, so I'm happy that you guys did that. I'm trying to get off of politics for a little bit right now. So I don't know. My mind immediately attached to that when I saw UMP. I'm like, what? Yeah.
That's for me and my house. And all I got is my spouse. Never lonely, homie, I won't die out. That's for me and my house. We on the top of the mountain. I'ma hustle, ain't got time for timeouts. That's for me and my house.
I do like how he has a picture of like a painting of Jesus' face when he's rapping and recording. I do like that. So it's kind of like a reminder when he raps and sings, it's gonna be focused on him.
I ain't got time for my doubts, and I ain't gon' do for thy clout. That's for me and my house. And I'ma stick to my vows. You ask me why I'm so loud and I shout. That's for me and my house. And all I got is my spouse. Never lonely, homie, I won't die out. That's for me and my house.
Here's something interesting that I'm seeing right there. A lot of parents would probably be like, oh my gosh, we should not let them do this. A lot of people are going to disagree with like what they see right here is two kids, messing around and boxing and literally hitting each other in the face. But here's the thing. Studies show that kids that are raised not to be physical with each other tend to be more abusive and not know when to stop. And the reason why is because when a child wrestles and he sees someone in pain by accident, they know that they went too far. That's what studies were showing. And I agree with letting, the brothers right here, Tyson James, you know what you're doing, you know how you're raising your kids. I do agree that the fact that they're, wrestling and hitting each other, so they kind of know when to stop. And, but the study was basically showing that, kids that are raised not to be physical, not to hit, not to, not to be wrestling and everything, they tend to be more abusive and not know when to stop. stop. So a lot of abusive situations when it comes to like relationships, those husbands tend to have been one of the kids that did not wrestle, did not have physical contact with a lot of people, and wasn't able to, you know, see how far he could go until it hurt someone. So he doesn't know his limit. So I that was a fascinating. I'm seeing this and I'm like, okay, wow, that kind of reminds me of that. You know, that's why when it comes to, you know, kids, even at church, I let the kids. I put my hands up. And I let the kids hit my hands. And I've talked to several leaders actually about this. I told them that, okay, let me just lay this out. Boys have got to be boys. They got to wrestle. They have to have hands on. And again, studies show that they're less abusive when they are physically able to see how far they can go until they actually see pain, and then they know when to stop. They go like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I know my limit. All the kids at church, I treat them the same. You know, pick them up. I will flip them upside down and act as if I'm putting them in the trash can. I will let them punch my hands. I had one kid, you know, punching me in the stomach for a little bit because he was just, you know, playing around. He wasn't hurting me. He was just playing around. I would get my hand and kind of join in, not hard, but so-and-so didn't like how rough, you could say. I was with one of the kids and she complained not against anybody else. It was just more like she came over to me and she says, you know, I don't like how rough you are with so-and-so and you need to stop. And I'm like, I have not been rough at all. Kids are laughing, enjoying the time. They're laughing hysterically, they're smiling, they're joyful. So I've talked to several adults about this and I've explained to them everything that's happening. And they're like, if they got a problem and it's actually serious, don't do this by yourself. Get another adult to talk with her and me at the same time. Because every single adult that I've talked to says, continue. Be who those kids want you to be. There's a reason why those kids play rough with me and nobody else. There's a reason why those kids cheer out my name and come to me when they see me at church. There's a reason. And it's exactly that. Every adult that I've talked to, I've talked more than 3 adults that I work with, and they all said the same. Don't stop. Don't stop. I had one friend tell me that if anybody else comes over, ask them, what am I doing wrong? And that if she says I'm not doing anything wrong, and I said, okay, I'm not doing anything wrong. All I'm doing is serving the God of the Bible. And that's it.
We on the top of the mountain. I'm a hustle, ain't got time for timeouts. That's for me and my house.
Ooh.
And I ain't got time for my doubts. And I ain't gonna do for thy clout. That's for me and my
right there?
house.
I like that.
And I'ma stick to my vows. You ask me why I'm so loud and I shout. That's for me and my house.
And then again, you got to realize that, you know, these kids are going to be raised. That in the video, they're boxing each other. He was about to punch his dad in his face. That's what it seemed like. Those kids are going to be raised to look at fear and not be afraid of it. So imagine everybody who hasn't been raised to either, you know, fight and learn how to combat or get over fear. Imagine like someone breaking into the house. Those kids are, I mean, when they grow up, they're less likely to defend their wife and their kids. They're more to cower away and run away because they don't know. So they weren't raised up to defend. So I mean, I like that. So again, I like this because I like the video overall. As for me and my house, the way he's going to be raising the kids, the way he's going to raise his family. And I liked it because of the fact that I saw the comparison between Christ being the foundation and building yourself up on that foundation, and in the video, him building a house and saying, basically, you know, this is the foundation of the house. This is, yeah, I like it. So it's a good song. That was a good song. So again, people want to burn you when you get close to the top. That right there really stuck out to me. And I'll probably do like a video on that, talking about that. Different more examples in Bible, and just talk about that verse in a different video though. But until then, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe for more. Again, before I go, I want to mention this. I had one guy in my comment section saying you need to stop pausing it and just watch it. I'm not gonna do that. The reason why is because my channel specifically is to look at the lyrics. I don't care about the beat. I'll say that it's a cool beat or not, but I'm not really there to look at the beat or the rhyming. I'm more for the lyrics and see what they're saying. So the person that's saying, hey, you need to stop pausing the video more and actually just listen to it. No, I'll pause it when I hear something that I really liked, and that's all I wanted to say to you. But overall, see you guys in the next video.